We appreciate you. Jump to the next one, Jerome. And at this point, I'll hand it off to our lead mentors. Carrie Wentine stepped in this year, and Rob Smith helped with a lot of big transition last year. And Carrie dove right in there. We were lucky to have him around, and he had a team, son, on the team earlier, and obviously Connor this year. So he's steeped in the team and the history and is eager to help us perform at a high level going forward. So I'll hand it off to you, Carrie.
Hey, thanks, Corey and everybody else for joining tonight. Kind of an odd year, but a couple of things first here. I want to reiterate Corey's comments and a huge thank you to all of the mentors. And very dedicated group, outstanding, selfless. Tons and tons of time helping the team, and a lot of you been doing it for a lot of years. So very, very much thank you all. And Rob, special thanks. I'd like to thank you for stepping in for the past 2 years. Keep the good ship errors sailing and charting the path forward. And with that, I'm also looking for someone who might want to work with me this year to, again, make sure we keep that team leadership continuity going. So if you have any interest in stepping into some roles, please reach out, and more than willing to talk, and look forward to the help. And before I get into a couple other slides, recognizing some of our mentors and students for their achievements, I want to talk a little bit about the season. It was an odd season, but I'm going to kind of have some thoughts here that kind of in chronological order talk about some things and things I saw and things I think were really important. So first of all, kickoff. I was very impressed with the organization and the engagement of the entire team. And the want to and willingness to jump into the tasks at hand, right away, and really, really effectively. I think the preseason work that we did, and the students mainly did, paid off huge. And I'm really looking forward to next year and planning next season's kickoff already. We plan to build on our current year's successes and continue to evolve the team and the processes and activities. So again, I think we did some great things this year, some new things. I think the engagement was up. I think there was a broader group of kids involved, which is always huge to keeping the team strong and vital as we go forward. Moving into the build season here, I think we did some great things there as well as a team. I think the early consensus on the frame and the drivetrain was really important to establishing what I would consider an incredibly robust robot this year, and allowed for the design of the other mechanisms to start early, right? You knew, as a team, we kind of knew what real estate there was going to be, right? Here, drivetrain was going to sit here, frame was such and such, and it really allowed the sub-teams to jump in and get going on things early. And again, another shout out to the sub-teams, right? I think, again, the engagement this year was outstanding. The number of kids I saw involved with the different sub-teams was, arguably better than I've seen. I've been around about 7 years, and just the number of kids and the engagement of the kids I thought was outstanding. Having code be able to work ahead, right, was a huge win. They knew what the tasks were. They knew what the mechanisms were likely to look like, and the team was able to give them some heads up, right? We're going to need to do this, that, the other thing. And they were able to shell out some code and allow the team then to not have to wait on code at the end. Things are really happening concurrently, which again, I think is a big step forward for this team. And the other last thing on the build that I want to mention here is the climber, right? There was, I don't know how many iterations of climbers there were and how many different teams working on it, but and it was tough, right? It was a hard task this year. It was a different way of climbing. The height considerations, etc. But the team stuck with it, right? And it was outstanding. At the end here, I'll talk a little bit about that in competition, but we ended up with an incredibly robust and successful climber just out of stick-to-itiveness and want to. So I think that was really important. Moving on to the competition season, as short as it was, I thought it was a lot of fun, right? I mean, we had a very competitive robot up in Grand Forks. Ended up losing the semifinals to the alliance that won it, right? But no shame in that. Getting back to the climber here in my notes, I think we climbed 12 out of 14 matches. One of those climbs, when we didn't have air, which was, just a complete fluke. It was nobody's fault. We didn't have air pressure, right? We couldn't. And then one other time, I think we knocked the hook off, right? But I mean, 12 out of 14 was, outstanding. And again, a huge call out to the team. The other thing that I thought was incredibly impressive is that software. The team jumped in and developed that 6-ball auton on the fly at the practice field between matches. Got it coded, got it tested, and I think it worked every time, that we had it. And again, that's what got us through the quarterfinals, right? And got us into the semifinals. Again, amazing work, and I thank you all. The scouting team and the Spirit, we won the Spirit Award, right? I mean, that was huge. We were clearly the loudest and best represented team at the event, and it was a big event, so that was really, really outstanding. And it also got us 5 additional points towards the state tournament, which, my next point, we clearly won our way to state out of that event, right? It was a very competitive event, very good teams there. We won our way to state out of that, so it was a huge accomplishment. And with that, I think we were very well positioned to go to Mariucci and win that event. Some things that I don't even know how many people on the team got to see, but in that whirlwind of a couple of weeks that was going on after Grand Forks and before COVID shut everything down, the team, designed, CAD'd, had manufactured by Whip Air, installed, coded a fully adjustable hood for the shooter. It's amazing. Again, I don't even know how many people on the team got to see it, but it's out in my garage right now. We'll talk about that in a minute here. But I think that really sets the stage for what this team can be and what this team can be going forward. I mean, just an incredible group of folks working on that, and it really shows what this team is capable of. So again, that's kind of my notes on the competition season. Season end, and next steps. That's kind of where we're at now, right? So I was incredibly disappointed, as the team was, right, when first made the decision that they had to make, right, to kind of end the current season. But more so, I was incredibly impressed with the way the team immediately pivoted, right? The attitudes were great. The team pivoted right away to events for the community and for the macro, community and for the macro benefit of the team. And then also mobilizing to produce the PPE that's going on still to this day. Truly impressive and noble efforts. And I think that really embodies what the Airs are and want to be. So again, kudos to the team for taking things in stride. I mean, not easy, and I've been incredibly impressed. And a little bit more about next season. I'm sure you've all seen, First has announced that effectively next year is going to be a replay of this year, right? So, they did give themselves a caveat to possibly adjust, some things within the game, but based on, some key things here that, almost 50% of the teams didn't get to play a single event, that they know cost is going to be a huge consideration. It always is, but especially next year, with businesses shut down, et cetera, donations may be really tough to come by. So they're effectively replaying this year's game, giving themselves the ability to change a couple things. My thoughts on that are that they're probably going to look at the Wheel of Fortune, as we called it, right? People ignored it. The first 2 weeks, the only 2 weeks that got played, it barely got touched across the country, right? So I'm guessing they may tweak on that a little bit to try to bring that into the game a little bit more. But I'm not expecting any major robot changes, structural, physical changes, just because of the cost aspect, right? And because half the teams didn't even get to play once, right? So we'll see how that goes, but I don't expect them to do much other than to maybe, tweak some things with the current robot structure, staying intact, and maybe, again, maybe making the Wheel of Fortune a little more reasonable to try to go get. Changing my notes here. Again, and talk about a couple things that we did today, literally today. I had reached out to the school and talked to Jim and Sarah, because we don't know when we're going to get back in the school, right? I mean, it's still incredibly fluid. So today, we made arrangements, and a small group of us went over to the school with the school's permission, and we took everything. Right, it was a smash and grab. Right, we took the robot, the tools, supplies, the carpet, the field elements, everything. Right, a couple trailer trips, a bunch of vehicles. Thank you to the Whistlers, the carpet for the practice field and the field elements, the goals and the trenches, et cetera, over at Whistler's barn. So we can get those when and if we need them. Again, the robots, the toolboxes, supplies, everything that you'd think we take to a competition plus on steroids is in my garage now. So we've become a 3130 East over here at my house. But again, we wanted to have access to everything. We wanted to make sure we could work on the robot and do things throughout the summer, not knowing what the access to the school might be. So that's what was done today. So I feel very good about now us being able to work on things and do things throughout the summer, which is completely condoned by FIRST. But now we've got it, right? And we can do that. So as the COVID situation calms down, look for messages maybe from Connor or Tracy regarding what we might be looking to do, things we might be wanting to tweak on the robot, and assistance that we might need. So again, feel good about what we did and allowing us to look forward to next season. And finally, the senior class. We have a huge senior class this year of 20 graduating. So what that really means is that we're going to miss them a lot, but it means there's a lot of huge roles out there, right? And there's already been some communications in Slack out to people, the team saying, look, if you want to be involved, put in your application, if you will, for the roles you're looking for. There's some great talent left on this team, clearly, and looking for some great leaders to step into those roles. And that's my kind of season synopsis here. I'm gonna, Jerome, if you could sneak into, I think, slide 6 or 7. Want to announce some awards here. So, hey, first I want to give a big call out to our Dean's List nominees, Tracy and Connor. Well deserved. Again, wish we could have gotten you through a couple more competitions, but again, very impressed with your work this season, and really looking forward to next season. And thank you very much. And next, big call out to Matt Thomas with his Woodie Flowers Award nomination. Again, wish we could have played the season. I think there was a lot of good things in front of us. But again, thank you very much, and thanks for all your work and your long-term dedication to the team. And I think with that, I hand it over to Matt.
All right, can everybody hear me? All right, very good. So students, thank you for letting me have this honor and ask me to say some words. And I've got my cheat sheet here, so I'm sure I'll go off script, but hopefully not too bad. And you guys last year asked me to do this, and unfortunately it was a year later, but as soon as I get my hair cut, this will be gone. So this is it. So you've seen it. Jerome, you want to go to the first slide? All right, Howard. So as many of you know, Howard and I approached the robot build from kind of 2 different build perspectives. We've had our differences, but when there were issues with a robotic competition, one of my go-tos was to find out what was wrong was Howard. He had a complete understanding of the mechanical, pneumatic, electrical, and software design and function of the robot, and I knew Howard would know what was wrong or where to look. Again, we'd maybe differ on what the fix would be, but Howard's methods would always work. I was trying to build the NASA spaceship to go to the moon. Howard was trying to get it through the next match, and Howard's way always worked. So Howard, thank you and congratulations. Do you have any some words as a parting senior?
Howard, you are allowed to speak now.
Okay, thank you, Howard. We see your chat. All right, next. Archid. So Archid started on the CAD team, but quickly transitioned to the dark side. And from being a mechanical guy, that's software. So Mikhail will have to comment on Archid's coding skills. But as a build mentor, I'm glad to see what his major is he has selected, and seeing where he's going. His coding must be pretty good. So congrats, Archid, and very good luck. Any comments? All right, I think we'll move on. Casey. Casey has really taken the imagery and media aspect of the team to a new level. Prior to Casey, these were afterthoughts after the robot, and Casey has built a foundation and set a new high expectation for the future in this role. He has big shoes to fill. Now we're just waiting to see the next cool thing he dreams up or to create. And he won the best button at Grand Forks. So thank you, Casey, and well done. Any
Thank you,
comments?
Matt. I'd like to thank all the mentors and all the students for getting me through this far. It's been a really great time at robotics and stuff, and I'm excited to play Infinite Recharge too.
Excellent. Thanks, Casey. Alex. Alex has created a new set of expectations from the part of the team I call the back office, business and outreach. Alex's organizational skills and leadership in these areas create big shoes to fill going forward. These aspects of the team in the first environment have become as important as the robot itself. In the past, the robot was the reason we got together, but now the business and the outreach teams do more to make the team more like a small business and a community. And that's if you know first, that's what they're going for. Alex has grabbed the baton and created a vision forward for these aspects for the team. And we want to thank you, Alex, for your strong leadership.
Permission to speak?
Absolutely.
I just want to say thank you to you, Matt, and all the other mentors for just the guidance over the last 4 years, and to the other students as well. You guys have made it a really strong community and a really easy transition for me into high school, and just a really good time throughout my 4 years. So thanks to everyone.
Thanks, Alex. Next. Jill. So Jill is the first of 3 individuals who I was a little bit surprised when I saw the slide and showed the number of years that they're on the team versus the impact that they've made on the team. In Jill's case, she took a good foundation of the scouting team and led the team further to improve the way we collect the data, analyze the data, and made it more efficient and more effective, as we could see from our performance at Grand Forks and even last year. Jill has also been a leader, especially this year on the build side, for critical robot functions. She was part of what I call the Hill team, aka the Climber, which was almost perfect, as Carrie's pointed out, at Grand Forks, 12 out of 14. Thank you for your contributions to the team, and congratulations, Jill, and thank you for being on the team.
I just wanted to say thank you to all the mentors, and especially you, Matt, for helping with the Climber in those last couple weeks. It was sure a hard week, but we did it, so thank you.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure. Next. Anya. Anya has developed into a key CAD member, and this year she was the CAD team lead. Through Anya's leadership, the CAD team again this year, under the extreme time pressure and all the pressures of CAD, delivered files on to the build team as requested. Anya is also a very strong leader on the awards team and always participated in outreach. If you guys know Anya, which we all do, you don't need to be a talker with Anya. She'll help you with the conversation. Thank you, Anya, for your leadership and your insight in the team. And thank you for 4 great years on the CAD team. I really appreciated it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for these crazy 4 years and everything that has gone through all this. And thank you especially to the mentors for teaching me basically everything I know, even if we didn't always agree on everything.
That's life. All right, next. Brendan. All right, so if my memory is correct, I don't think the 4 years is correct for Brendan. I think that's a little light, but I'm not quite sure. My memory is good, but it's very short. So Brendan was at first, I think, what I would call quiet, but has become a real fixture in the shop this year, supporting any sub team with an extra pair of hands during prototype, during build crunch time. And then you just had to put up with a little witty jab once in a while on how he could do it better than you could. So congratulations, Brendan, and good luck in the future at iState.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone on the team and all the mentors. It has been a great time. How the years have passed, I guess.
All right, well, thank you. Raul. So with Raul on the software team, I had a little less interaction with Raul. But what I did come to find out, especially this last year, was Raul has a very sharp, dry sense of humor. And if you're not listening carefully, his deadpan, straight-faced delivery, you will miss some really good quips. I know Raul was going to go places, but then again, I saw where his choice of engineering degree and where he's going, and I just know he's a good kid and he's going places. So good luck and thank you, Raul.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. I'd just like to say thank you all. It's definitely just been a fun 4 years on the team.
Thank you. Jack. Yes. Where do I start? What do I say? It all came to me. It all came together for me about Jack when I learned that he sat through either calc or physics class, not sure which, just because he had an open hour and he wanted to learn a little bit more. So that kind of frames it up for Jack for me. Jack was also part of the Hill team, aka the Climber, this year, and through a lot of challenges, the robot did not fall down the hill, except maybe once or twice. I think we've determined twice at Grand Forks. Good luck and thank you for a great year, Jack.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank all the mentors and the team as a whole. It was a great challenge this year, but we got through it all right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so Holly is the second individual I did a double take on the number of years on the team. Based on her contributions to build and ability to muscle her way into the build, you would have thought she would have been on the team for more than 2 years. Holly was so instrumental in the build this year, she was selected to the pit crew. And as everybody knows, the pit crew needs to know the robot design and be able to make corrections under fire. And definitely Holly's in a great position to do that. So, and for those of you who don't know, the Smythes have been on the AIRS team for not every single year, but a good portion of them. And it's been a pleasure of mine to know that family. And Holly, you're going to be missed. And so congratulations and good luck. Thank you. Did you have a few words, Holly?
Sorry. Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
All right.
You go back. There you go, Holly. Okay, now say it. Oh, just wanted to thank the mentors. It was fun 2 years. I'll miss it. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so Jake has been our lead on our sponsorship team for the last couple of years. Unfortunately, with the current situation, we were not unable to hold a sponsor night, which we've got to really get our arms around and talk about. So, but with strong leadership skills like Jake has on the team, we'll make it going forward. Jake has also been very active in prototype and supporting all the sub teams as needed. And I also see that Jay has selected an excellent school with an excellent major, and he's got a little bit of honor and discipline in his future. So good luck, Jake, and I know you'll do well. All right, on to Ian. Ian had one of the toughest lead positions this year, and that was on the hopper team, which for those of you who know the game, the hopper and ball management was critical for robot success. not to mention the possible disqualification if the ball was damaged. Through numerous iterations, Ian's team developed a slick hopper which after week 0 was copied by a couple of different teams. The only issue we had to make sure is made sure that the tape used to hold the pulleys in place stayed on and that the motors were going in the right direction. But at competition, we did well. Ian is also very key to milling parts for the robot itself and mentoring young students on how to run the mill. And I really appreciate that because that's not my strength. So congrats and good luck, Ian. And thanks for all the good 4 years on the team.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. I'd like to thank all the mentors and everyone else on the team. I had a blast these past 4 years, and if it weren't for you mentors, I wouldn't have gotten as far as I did. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Zach. Zach has always been a strong contributor to the team, but as captain, Zach has demonstrated very strong organizational and leadership skills. I would dare to say Zach has been the most well-rounded and effective captain since I've been on the team. His organizational and leadership skills would match and rival those of Omar. His knowledge of the game and game strategy would give Bradley a run for his money. His knowledge of the robot and how it worked paralleled Cooper. His ability to listen and include everyone in the conversation would make Ian very, very proud. His confidence to make a decision, even if not perfect, and then pivot and make it right, would make Kate proud. The speed at which the robot was built and the fact that you actually stayed on schedule, no other captain can declare. It would have been fun to see the rest of the season under your leadership. Thank you for putting up with my endless stupid questions and ideas. You're very tactful at listening, but always deciding what was best for the team and for the robot. Good luck in your future, Zach. Not that you're going to need it based on your leadership and what you've demonstrated this year. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Matt. I have my captain's comments at the end, so I'll just say thank you and I'll keep going.
Very good. Good decision. Thank you. Yes, so Autumn is the third individual with only a couple years on the team, but making significant impact in a short period of time. Autumn was instrumental in the pneumatics and control systems this year and was selected again based on her knowledge of the robot to be on the pit crew. Autumn was always busy when she was in the shop. She was a role model for young students to take on a task, own it, and make sure it was right, and does not make any excuses if something does not go as planned. This determination will take you far, Autumn. Thank you very much, and thanks for a great 2 years on the team.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I just want to say thank you to all the mentors and everyone else on the team. Kind of wish I would have started sooner, but you guys have all made the past 2 years awesome.
Thank you. All right, and then these are the additional seniors that didn't put in submissions, and I didn't prepare anything for either of them. You know, just kind of some highlights. Easton, software lead, big shoes to fill. Luisha, a lot of energy, been on the team for a long time. So thank you for all the seniors, and good luck in the future. I know you guys are, you control your own destinies, and I'm not bashful to say that you guys will be very successful. And I think that I'm turning it over back to Carrie, I believe.
Yes, hey, thank you, everybody. So we're going to talk about letters here as soon as I get my screen the way I want it. So the letter awards, a little bit about that up front here. So we're going to start, we're going to go by year here. I think these slides go seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. And just a note, the letter certificates are completed. For the seniors, they've been signed by myself and Sarah, and I left them with the school because the school is sending out some packages to the seniors, and we thought that it might just be the easiest way. So the seniors, you'll be getting your letter certificate in the school packet that they're sending you. The juniors, sophomores, and current year freshmen, I have your letters, and we'll figure a way to get them to you. So with that, Jerome, I think we can go to the next slide. So yeah, so the seniors, since we just saw most of their pictures, etc. here, we did not create individual slides for them. So again, thank you to the seniors. I'm having trouble getting my full screen to show like I want it to here. Let me do something here quick. Yeah, there we go. So again, Elena, yep, there you go. This alphabetical order here, we got Avery Berger, Howard, thank you, Archit, Casey, Alex, Easton, Jill, Anya, Brendan, Ben, Elena, Ben Penny, Rahul, Jack, Holly, Jake, Ian, Zach, Lucia, and Autumn. Thank you very much. Again, your letter certificates will be coming in a package that the school is sending out to each of the seniors. So thought that might be the best way to get them to everybody. So thank you very much. Going on to the juniors here, I think we have a slide for each here. So Abby, again, thank you very, very much. Looking forward to next year. We got a lot to do, but your enthusiasm is great. So appreciate it, and thank you. Tomas, software, again, big shoes to fill, but you guys did great this year. And, you know, it's really nice having a software team. You know, software has been almost a solo effort a lot of years. So, or truly a solo effort a lot of years. So thank you, Tomas. Connor, oh, I didn't notice. I spelled Connor's name wrong, but it's still Connor. So Connor, thanks. We got a lot of stuff in the garage. We got to get working. Tommy Whistler, thanks. Thanks for letting us use your barn again and help us drag everything out of the trailer earlier today. Again, looking forward to next year. Tracy, again, looking forward to next year. You know, we've got a running start, right? We got a great robot. We've got competition under our belt, and I think we've got some pretty good ideas of things we may want to tweak on between now and next year. So next year will be really interesting. It's not a new task, right? It's not a new game. Kickoff will be completely, you know, they'll throw some things at us like kickoff, right? But again, next year will be incredibly interesting to see how it plays out and what we can do. So really looking forward to it. Thanks, Tracy. Ria, thank you. Again, always around, super reliable, you know, involved in a lot of different things. Thank you very much, and looking forward to next year. Maddie, again, tremendous, you know, time and effort put into this robot along with your family. So again, super looking forward to next year. Josh, again, thanks for all your time and efforts. We have a lot to do on the build side. You know, hopefully the experience you've had will help as we move forward. We're graduating 20 seniors, so a lot of stuff to do, a lot of roles to fill. Looking forward to it. Caleb, Mr. CAD, thanks for everything you do. Again, machining that Falcon spline to the half-inch hex was outstanding. We'd have been dead in the water without it. We actually tried to buy some this week. You still can't get them on HandyMark. They're still not available. Unbelievable. But thank you for everything, Caleb. Really looking forward to next year. That fully adjustable shooter that you catted and that we had cut by Whip Air, and you know huge part in that. Can't wait till next year and the stuff we come up with. Kyler, really just got to know you a little bit this year. Great job on the build side of things, and pit crew. I think you get kind of indoctrinated by fire as everybody does in the pit crew up in Grand Forks. You have X minutes to fix whatever just broke, go, right? And there's finite end time, right? So, kept your composure, learned a lot, I think, and again, really looking forward to next year. Ben, man, it seems like Ben's been around forever too. But great to have you around on the build drive team. Again, when you think about that 12 out of 14 climbs, Ben had a huge part in that, right? With Connor driving, he had to kind of pick up the slack. So, anyway, Ben, you did an outstanding job this year, and again, can't wait till next year and the things we can do with that robot. And down to the freshman Caleb software. Again, it was great to have a software team this year. And Mikhail, thank you very much for all your leadership on that. Again, having more bodies, that could do things and keep the team rolling was outstanding. And I think it really showed in our efforts in our short but I think very successful competition season. Dave, same thing on software. Thanks for all the hard work and the endless time we spent tuning that shooter. Right, I don't know how many times we went through those distance patterns, right? But again, this is what you got to do to get things dialed in. And greatly appreciate your time and looking forward to working with you next year. All right, and with that, I think I'm going to hand it over to Zach and Alex. Thank you, team.
All right. So, you guys gonna hear me, right?
Yep.
All right. So, new to our banquet this year are the Air Team Awards. We have 6 awards, 1 dedicated to the mentors and 5 to the students that cover a variety of topics. Zach and I went through, took some time and chose 3 nominees for each award, and the student leads collectively voted to pick a winner for each award. So that being said, let's get right into it.
All right, so first we have the a Mentor of the Year award. So this is just, we nominated people who we saw who were just getting involved this year and made a substantial impact on the team. Our 3 nominees were John Jamber, Colin Kilbane, and Brian Howard. And the winner that we voted for was John. So John was a huge aspect of all electronics and wire management. He donated electronic materials to the team and was just in the shop whenever we needed him. So thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. It was a really fun year, and I'm really looking forward to working with you guys again.
Thanks, John. That wire management, and we had the best looking robot we've had in a long time. I think there was a lot to do with you and your thoughts on how to make sure everything stayed tight and stayed together. And again, we didn't have too many issues with things this year. So thank you very much.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, so next up we have our Student Rookie of the Year. Very similar to the Rookie Mentor of the Year, this award is given to the student that in their first year on the team was very involved, and their commitments were seen and heard far and wide by the entire team. Our nominees, we have Dave, we have Jesse, and we have Caleb Kugel. And the winner is... Our winner is Jesse. As many of you know, Jesse jumped in on the awards team right away. He was one of our team's chairman's presenters and did an incredible job. And he was just overall involved both with build and business team. And I can't wait to hear about the work you do in the next years on the team, Jesse. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun this year, and I'm looking forward to the next 3 years of working on this team.
All right. So next we have the Humor Under Fire Award. So this we nominated people who were uh, always had a smile on their face and were even in the toughest situations were super positive. So our 3 nominees are Casey Akins, Tomas Valdez, and Jack Smith. And the winner is Jack. So Jack he always made everyone smile. When he came to the shop, he brought good vibes, and especially in the pits, he was super helpful and positive, especially in the super stressful times in between matches. So thank you, Jack.
Thank you, guys. Like I said, it was a great year. Lots to smile about.
All right. Next up, we have the Excellence in Engineering Award. This award recognizes a student who was, again, super involved, specifically in the shop, building the robot. Yeah, so our 3 nominees, we have Connor, we have Autumn, and we have Caleb Spielman. And our winner is Connor. Shouldn't be a surprise for many. Connor, anywhere you look, any corner you turn in the shop, Connor's there. Any mechanism Connor's got his hands on, he's working. He's either built something on the mechanism or something. He's got an idea that's contributed to the success. And our robot would not have performed nearly as well as it did in Grand Forks without Connor's contributions. And you can say that about every year he's been on the team. So congrats, Connor.
Yeah, thank you a lot. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of the mentors and parents that made this year possible. I'm super proud of the robot that we got to compete with, and I'm incredibly excited to come back next year and keep competing with it. Thank you, guys.
All right. So next we have the Captain's Award. This is just kind of an award that Alex and we decided to nominate someone. There was no voting or anything. We just thought that someone should be recognized for their hard work on the team and all the amount of work they put in throughout their years on the team and throughout this season. So the winner is Ian. And Ian worked on the hopper. He was always in the shop. He worked on the Wheel of Fortune and got that done in a very, very fast amount of time. Gave it to software, so they were able to start working. He assisted the climber team and was on the pit crew. And he was always willing to extend a helping hand wherever it was needed.
Yeah, thank you again to all the mentors. I had a blast this season, and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to miss being on this team, but I'm sure that next year you all will do very well.
All right, our final award is the Team 3130 Chairman's Award. Just like first Chairman's Award, this recognizes a student that is a fully complete member of FIRST, both in the shop and out in the community, involved in outreach activities, helping the team in every aspect possible. So our 3 nominees are Tracy, Maddie, and Rhea. And our winner is our co-captain, future captain, Tracy. Tracy, your commitments this year and in years past have been incredible for our team, but especially this year, it was really cool for me, and I'm sure a lot of other people on this team, to watch you really step up into that co-captain role. I know that you learned a lot this year, and I know that you will take a lot of the lessons you've learned on this team into the next year, and you will lead this team very well next year. So thank you, Tracy, and congratulations.
Thank you. I also want to thank the other 2 nominees for all the hard work they did, and for all the seniors who've taught me so much, and the mentors who've done so too. Yeah.
All right. I think next we have captain's comments. So I would just like to thank all the students, mentors, and parents who not only made this year so amazing and so successful, but also made all the last 4 years of my high school robotics experience just one to remember. Thank you to Carrie, Rob, Matt, Mikhail, Jerome, Bill, Sue, Dave, and all other mentors who donated their time and energy to this team. And thank you to all the students who came to the shop, outreach events during the summer, competitions, and helped make this team such a special one. Uh, just seeing all of the work that we put in at competition and during the shop time was it was incredible to watch. And thank you to all the parents who brought meals and drove their kid to wherever they needed to be. I get it's kind of a weird thing saying you need to go to Grand Forks to watch robots compete, but thank you for just making sure that your kid can be where they need to be. And I know that this season wasn't one that we really expected it to be, and it wasn't something that I planned for. But I'm thankful that our team was fortunate enough to play Infinite Recharge during the 2020 season. We had top tier robot and top tier award submissions that we should all be proud of, because it was our sorry, I lost my train of thought. All of our award submissions and robot our robot was just a peak. It was we had a very, very successful season based off of what we've had in the past, even having such a short-lived season. So you should all be incredibly proud of your accomplishments. So again, thank you for such an amazing year. And to all the seniors, congratulations on graduating high school, and good luck in your endeavors after high school. To all the juniors, sophomores, freshmen, and Tracy, and your team has so much potential, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next. I hope all of you stay safe and have a great summer. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well and being safe. I don't have much to say, but even though the season was cut short, and I can't really ensure that next season will be the greatest from coronavirus and all, I just want to know that I'll make sure that everyone has something that they can look forward to, whether that be building the robot or helping the community with outreach. And I also wanted to thank Jill and the other coordinators for setting up this banquet. Also, like many of the other mentors said today, a lot of positions need to be filled. So I just wanted to remind everyone that I sent out a form on general for anyone to apply for lead positions, and I really encourage you guys to apply for them, and I'm excited for next year.
Hey, thanks everybody. I don't know if Corey has anything else to say, but again, I'm really looking forward to next year. It'll be really different knowing that the game is a game we already know, right? So again, just when you think you've got things figured out, life throws you a curve. But so we'll be working on the robot this summer. Again, as things hopefully calm down on the COVID side of things, and the school gets going next year, hopefully on time and in the normal way. We'll be getting into preseason, preseason work, and again, really trying to build off of the things we did this year. Again, I think the team came a long way this year, and I really stress the word team, right? So I think we're getting better all the time, which is what we should all be striving for. So again, with that, I thank you all, and I'll turn it back over to Corey.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Thanks for everybody's contributions. Thanks for the students for pushing to help make this happen. Jill was a key part of that. Maddie, Rhea, a lot of those folks were helping us get this together. I appreciate everybody's flexibility, and sometimes I think the parents are actually taking the end of this year harder than the students. Watching you guys are very resilient kids and doing great, and we're all proud of you. So we're excited to see what the seniors accomplish in the future, and very excited to see the Errors go for it next season in the same game. So take care, everybody. Stay safe and have a good summer.